Joe Rogan is a comedian and host who is a big advocate of the legalization of marijuana.
So, Joe, you've been incredibly outspoken when it comes to marijuana, being a proponent of it. Why is that? Why did you decide to embrace that?
Well, first of all, I don't think there's anything wrong with being honest. I don't think there's anything wrong with being yourself.
Why is it that pot or weed still have a negative perception?
Well, I mean, you've done a really good job of creating a lot of propaganda, and there's been a lot of money behind it. You know, the Partnership for a Drug-Free America is supported by alcohol companies and tobacco companies, and they put out propaganda. There's a state of consciousness that comes along with consuming cannabis, you know.
Maybe it's the propaganda that I've been reading that says, well, the reason it's illegal is because of, well, mind control. Because if you smoke weed, then you'll start thinking in other ways, and then you want to fight back against the government, and they can't have that.
Well, for sure they know that that's a real possibility. For sure they know that there's a state of consciousness that comes along with consuming cannabis, you know, whether you smoke it or you eat it or whatever. It definitely brings with it a higher level of awareness and an inability to absorb propaganda. You know, people that smoke weed, propaganda just seems so silly and ridiculous to them.
Marijuana isn't the only way Joe likes to expand his perception. He actually owns a mind-altering machine called an isolation tank.
You're lying in this tank. It has 11 inches of water that's heated to 93.5 degrees. And you can't feel the water because it's the same temperature as the surface of your skin. You can't really distinguish where the water begins, where the air ends, and then on top of that, you close the lid and you're in total darkness. Your brain has nothing to process. It's about, like, learning about yourself.
Typically, a tank costs around $7,000. And if you want more information on him, just go to Joe Rogan's website.
You don't have to smoke pot,
Right.
but it shouldn't be illegal. It should be completely 100% legal. It changes your state of mind, and you know, just it calms you and relaxes you, and it doesn't kill anybody.
So what are you doing for 420?
I'm gonna get high.
Joe, thanks for your time, man.
Thank
Really
you.
appreciate it.